the Bobby Bone Show. Everybody roll.
Yeah.
Y'all asked who we would cry over if they died and we hadn't met them. And today it happened. It was Dolly. We always wanted to meet her. She was a sweet soul that did wonderful things for this world. She was a wonderful light. And now she gets to rest in peace and sing in heaven. Love y'all.
Hey, Bobby, this is Regina. If someone passed away, what impact would it have on their life even though they had not met them? For me, today, it's Dolly Parton, and it is definitely going to impact my life. Thanks. Bye.
Whose death would make you unconsolable? This one. Dolly Parton. I'm wrecked. This one's a big one.
On my way home, crying and missing Dolly. Tapping my finger as I'm listening to her music, and all these people are passing me, and I'm seeing them doing the same thing. Just wondering if they're missing Dolly too. Anyway, love the show.
I saw a video my friend Ben Rector put up. He's a musician. He's been on the show a couple times here, and he was talking about playing golf yesterday, and that he was on a hole, and Ben's probably around 40, and some guy said it's probably in his 60s or so. He said, "Hey, is it true that Dolly died?" And Ben's like, "Yeah." And so he said, then he got in his car after he finished the round and went to the gas station. There was a woman working the desk, the counter, and she's probably in her 20s. And she goes, "Hey, did you hear Dolly died?" And Ben was like, "Wow, like everybody is just talking about this randomly. Like all ages, doesn't matter if you're playing golf or you're at a gas station." And he was just talking about how that was something he hadn't seen before, where someone impacted people so universally, regardless of age or wherever they were. So I thought that was a pretty interesting post. I did have Reba on the Bobbycast, and she was talking about the time Dolly came to the Opry whenever it was Reba's time to perform. Here you go.
First time I saw Dolly was September 17th, 1977.
You remember
in
the year?
person.
You remember the year and the
day, the hour. I was going to go on and do my first performance at the Grand Ole Opry. And they came up and said, "We're going to take one of your songs away from you. You only do one." And I said, "Why?" I said, "Well, Dolly Parton just pulled in the parking lot." And I said, "Well, she can take both of them. Can I meet her?" And she walked by in this chiffon black pantsuit and had those rhinestone butterflies on and this big cotton candy hair. I thought, man, that must be what angels look like. That was the most beautiful woman I ever saw in my life.
And did you say hello?
No.
Oh, you didn't?
No, I was backed up against the wall like everybody else was. I mean, they said, "Part the waves, Dolly's coming in." And I slammed back up against that wall and just watched. I don't think her feet touched the ground. She was an angel.
Was talking to Reba more, and we stayed on Dolly for a bit, and this is from the early 90s when she needed advice from Dolly.
Matter of fact, I called her. She was at, I think, Caesars in Vegas, and I was in Bakersfield somewhere, and I needed a piece of advice from her. And she was on the Tonight Show the night before, and she said she's going to Vegas, won't be at Caesars. So I called Caesars.
But you actually called the casino?
Yeah.
Wow.
And I said, "I need to speak to Dolly Parton, please." She said, "One moment, please." "Who's calling?" I said, "Reba McEntire." And pretty soon Dolly came on the line. She said, "Is this really Reba McEntire or some squirrel that wishes she was Reba McEntire?" I said, "It's me."
I went back into our archive when Kenny Rogers was on the show, and this is 2013, and he was talking about the duet with Dolly, not Islands in the Stream, but they got back together to do that song, You Can't Make Old Friends. So this is Kenny Rogers on our show thinking and talking about Dolly. How often do you and Dolly talk like normal when you're not working?
Every year. Just like clockwork. No, it's funny. That's the great thing about our relationship is that we don't have to do that. I can go 3 years without talking to her. And first of all, you have to know, and then this is the honest to God truth. I'm a little bit ashamed of this or embarrassed by this. I don't know Dolly's phone number. I don't know how to. Dolly faxes. She doesn't email.
So you guys don't text each other?
No. She doesn't. She doesn't like me, I don't think. No, but it's so cute because she'll send me something in a fax. And I say, "Dolly, nobody faxes anymore." And so I sent her, I said, "I just want you to know, I think you really sang great." That's not the expression I used, but I said, "I think you really sang great on Old Friends, and I'm very proud of that." And I said, "I would have called you and told you this, or I would have emailed you and told you, but I don't know how to reach you." And she sent me back a fax. It said, "It got to me, and thanks for your comments."
And a fax. That's funny.
I think that what happens is Dolly and I have to be very careful because I think if whatever she asks me to do, she knows I'm going to do it. And I think whatever I ask her to do, she'll do it. And I think you have to be careful that you don't abuse that relationship and that friendship. But we are truly, I'm telling you, when she walked into that room to sing that song, first of all, I have worked with her for 30-something years. I've never seen her without full makeup and just dressed like Dolly. I mean, she is Dolly. So Dolly says, I want to tell you right now, I could never sing at your funeral. I said, so you're assuming I'm going first. Is that how this works?
Yeah, that's fun to listen to for sure. Let's play another voicemail, Ray.
Hey, this is Chris down in the Florida Keys. And you were talking earlier this week about crying if a superstar died. I cried when Harry Chapin died, and I cried again today when Dolly did. God bless her.
If you missed it earlier on the show, Amy felt bad for even bringing up that segment.
Yeah, it's...
you had nothing to do with anything.
I know I had nothing to do with it. It's just the timing of it. And now and people keep calling and reminding us.
Oh, no, what they keep calling is saying, hey, I heard you guys talk about that. This has actually happened to me now.
I know, which then reminds me that we had the whole segment. I get it. And, maybe it teed up for a good cry for some people. And they reflect, or maybe they were surprised. Like, I kind of thought, I don't think I would cry. And then you get hit with something like this and you surprise yourself and you're like, oh, wow, I'm more emotional about this than I thought.
Yesterday evening, they did come out and say after a while that she battled a very brief battle with cancer. Because that was new.
Mm-hmm.
Because first it was something else. And again, I'll say again, I thought it was so Dolly to be able to control the narrative and her to be able to announce her way that she had passed. Obviously, that was her nephew doing it, but she had orchestrated all of that. And the fact that everybody at the hospital kept it secret, that she went in Thursday night, early Friday morning, nobody said anything. And, TMZ, these places have basically spies in all these places. And nobody said anything. And then, when Amy texted me, it was like, hey, did you hear Dolly died? And I was on the way to another recording, and I was like, I don't know about that. And so I Googled it, and there was nothing. There was nothing on any site whatsoever. There was that on her Facebook, though, and so Amy and I thought she had been hacked.
Yeah.
But she controlled the narrative, and people respected her enough to not jump in and undercut her. Nobody at the hospital shared. Nobody shared anything.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that shows you the respect that everybody had for Dolly. What do you think Dolly's most streamed song is?
Well, I would say I Will Always Love You, but that might go to Whitney.
Whitney's version won't count for Dolly's.
Okay, then Jolene.
Okay, let's see if you're right. At number 5, Here You Come Again.
Here you come again.
Take a guess on that year. 1977.
Forgot the 7.
At number 4, I Will Always Love You.
And I will always love you.
Good guess.
1985.
Way back.
69.
Way later.
73.
One more.
74.
There you go.
Wow.
Got it.
We knew you'd get there.
Good job, Amy.
Thank you. Wait, but I guess Whitney's was in the 80s or 90s or
Probably around, if I'm guessing, 90 or 91.
It'd be in the 90s for sure.
Bodyguard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Number 3, Islands in the Stream. Guess the year before I hit it.
79.
82.
Close.
Yeah.
Islands in the stream, that is what we are. No one in between. How can we be?
By the way, the Whitney version was 1992.
Nailed it. You did.
I don't know if I did.
You said 90,
I said
91.
somewhere around that.
I give
appreciate
credit
that, though.
if you're close.
Okay, so you picked as the number 1 streaming song.
Jolene.
Okay. At number 2, 9 to 5. Name the year.
9 to 5. 85.
80. Yeah.
Close.
Here.
I got the right decade.
And at number 1, it is Jolene. You are correct.
Oh, wow.
Can you name the year of that?
Yeah. 1974.
1974.
She nailed it?
Yeah, she nailed that one.
Wow.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Jolene, 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 I'm begging of you, please don't take my man.
That song is still the jam. Both of those are. I still play both of those in the Friday morning dance party.
Yeah.
Like, it fits right next to the Humpty Dance. Like
does
that's
perfectly.
Yes, I
Yeah,
played them right
perfectly.
next to each other. So I was just looking through a lot of the stuff. We've been fortunate enough to have Dolly in a bunch and spend a bunch of time with her. And this is one of the clips that we had posted. I was like, oh yeah, where she was talking about her favorite song to sing live.
But sometimes, it depends on the mood I'm in. Some nights I love singing I Will Always Love You Best. I always love singing that one because every singer loves to have a song where you can really sing low and let the dynamics, where you can go up and down and then really let it go at the end. So I always enjoy that one. But I enjoy singing the songs that the audience responds to the most. Like when I start into 9 to 5, the crowd just goes crazy, start clapping even when they start hearing just the rhythm of the song. So it just depends on the night. But I'm thankful that all of them are received so well.
That's her jewelry clanging. Mm-hmm. We're talking about that earlier.
Yeah, we wore the metal bracelets.
Yeah, when she would wear that, she wore so much. You would just hear it clang, clang, clang. And, she was one of 12. And she talked about how she didn't get a lot of attention because of that. And so that's why she played music.
I have a sister and 2 brothers older, so I was 4th one down, and then there's 8 younger. So I didn't get a lot of attention, but I saw I could get it. And I was one of those kids that needed a lot of attention. And I knew Mom and Daddy loved us all the same, but we didn't get picked up unless we was getting our butt busted or sick or something. So that guitar and my music was my first entrance into getting the attention that I needed, and I'm still at it.
She talked about how she and her husband, who was alive at the time of this interview that we did, how they basically grew up together and what it was like early in their marriage.
I've been with my husband for 59 years. He knew who I was when he met me, and I knew who he was. And but I was only 18 when we met, and he was 21. So we kind of grew up together. We kind of learned each other as we went. But I saw who he was early on, and he saw who I was, and he saw right away that I wasn't going to change much. But I was able to adapt. I think that word is better about adapting than it is change.
I did find the clip from what we were talking about earlier where Amy came in one morning and she said, I saw Dolly just driving around at like 4 o'clock in the morning. And so then Dolly came in. We asked her about it.
Because nobody believed me.
Nope. We didn't believe you. That's correct. We asked her about it. And this is going to start with me. So this is Dolly Parton on if Amy would see her driving around the streets right around our radio station. There's a legend about you in our studio that you were just driving around. Ame saw you driving.
I did. I saw you driving. And now that we know she wakes up at 3 a.m., it was probably totally her.
It could be.
At the traffic circle. Right over here.
You ever just driving around the traffic?
Driving around the traffic circle?
Yeah, like the little whip around over here.
Well, yeah, because I live in Brentwood and I have my office down there. Sometimes in the wee hours,
She swears she saw you driving on like 4:30 in the morning one day.
Well, I'm sure she did because that's when I drive before the traffic starts. I get up and I come down here and, if I'm going to do stuff. So, yeah, I keep my license up to date just like Tammy Wynette kept her cosmetology license up to date. She was a hairdresser, and even after she was famous, she thought, well, what if something happens? I need to keep everything up to date. So I don't drive much, but I can drive.
I don't know, Amy.
Yeah, I thought we gave her. No, but we somehow confirmed the make, model, and color of her car.
She confirmed that she wanted to be nice.
Okay, but on air, we weren't going to call out the specific car and color because it's very. It's not. It's sort of rare.
Well, we can't claim what she said off the air because she also said she liked Eddie Salsa.
She did.
We're just going to claim stuff.
Okay, no.
You can just claim anything.
Well.
It could have been her.
I do think that probably off air I said this car, this color, and she's like, that's what I drive, which I don't know anybody else that drove that.
It was a duck boat for those listening.
Yeah, the ones that
she drives a duck boat around town. Yeah, she did. Okay. This whole show, look, it's all up on the podcast if you want to hear it today. It's basically been this. We spent all morning from when the show started until now, and we'll keep going. It's basically been all Dolly and stories that we have and interview clips, and it's just been a Dolly tribute. So if you want to hear that, you can go over to the Bobby Bone Show podcast today, and you can check that out.